So yeah, there was a town hall from Biden last night. I am obviously going to go through it. I have not looked into it at all. I heard, however, from some other people that he was very good, that he did a really good job, that he was very coherent overall, and that this is really going to own the Trump supporters because they put all their eggs in one basket. The basket being that Joe Biden is incapable of forming coherent sentences. Now, that bar is really low, and that'll only take us so far. Never forget that I always say it's not just about defensive voting, but it's also about offensive voting. We need to be voting for something. All right, let's get started with this before Donald Trump goes live.
She works for a family-owned chocolate manufacturing company in Dunmore. She's a Democrat. Kristen, welcome.
Good evening. My mother was diagnosed with multiple myeloma 2 years ago at the age of 66. The cost of her care has been astronomical. However, my family has been fortunate that both she and my father had long careers at good companies that afforded them the opportunity to save for retirement, which is helping to pay for her care. Mr. Vice President, what is your plan to make health care affordable so Americans don't need to drain their savings when care is necessary?
First of all, in the middle of this pandemic, what's the president doing? He's in federal court, trying to do away with the Affordable Care Act. 100 million people with pre-existing conditions like your mom would not have to pay more for their insurance under now. But guess what happens if in fact, he wins? That's number one. Number two, what I would do is make sure that we reinstate the Affordable Care Act. Number one.
I'm not even going to say anything.
And add a public option to that Affordable Care Act so that nobody in the United States of America would go without being able to be covered for what they need. With regard to COVID, for example, I don't want to get too my son died of cancer. He came home from Iraq, and I have to tell you,
I gotta say something. You know how neoliberals say based on like really normal, like really boring fucking wonky ass policies? Like they'll be like means tested bridge loans for fucking people who are like 45% or more from the Pacific Islands, and if they like went to an HBC historic black college or university, like we'll give them a bridge loan. And then neoliberals on the internet will be like, based, that's such a good policy. You know what's actually fucking based? The religious like fervor that you feel towards the neoliberal gods, as Joe Biden does, especially, and this is something I've said since day one, especially because Joe Biden never even fucking secured the bag, okay? I used to say he's a broke boy all the time. Like, get your money up, Joe Biden. And he did it for 44 fucking years. Or for 47 years. Perfect. And he never even secured the bag. Like, he did it for nickels, okay? So there is nothing more based than looking at, if you truly believe, neoliberalism, if you truly believe in like the power of free markets and private enterprise and how that can solve all of our problems, there is nothing more based than Joe Biden going on a fucking CNN town hall and telling directly to the daughter of like two people directly the daughter of two people who like suffered under our current privatized healthcare system and say, my son had cancer. And by the way, I know the background of that story. I don't know if we'll fucking mention it, but Obama literally, he was going to put his house on mortgage, and Obama literally was like, no, I'll just float you the 400 racks, brother, chill. Like, using your fucking dead son to defend private healthcare is honestly unironically based. It's literally like,
stop shitting on Ohio time.
He is the brave mujahideen for healthcare. Like, he literally is. Joe Biden is like ISIS levels dedicated to the free market. And at some point, you have to fucking say, I respect that. What do I mean by that? I respect it because, like, he truly believes it. Like, he truly believes that this is the best possible system, and he loves being a vector for this system. He loves being a vector for the messaging. He loves enacting legislation that defends the system. And you have to, at some point, you really have to, at some point, admire that and respect that. And the reason why you have to respect it is because it's not like he's a multimillionaire. Like, he didn't even fucking secure the bag over 47 years. Just think about that. Like, he did it for the cause. That's how fucking willing and able he was. So I just, in a weird way, I like, this is the kind of like suicide bomber mentality that we need. Like, this is a guy who's just fucking completely dedicated, okay?
Such a big
He is just completely fucking dedicated with the fervor of a person who's just like lost everything. He's proselytizing neoliberalism, like, and using his son who died of cancer, to use that as a talking point to like defend marginal, incremental, defensive positions that Democrats launch against Republicans. It's fucking, you got to respect it at some point. Anyway, let's keep going.
Really offended me when he volunteered to go there for a year and he came home because of
this is a deranged
stage 4 glioblastoma.
4 months with the best
and the
stream
president
of all
referred to guys like
okay, now he's like, okay, he's going on a different tangent. Now he's like upset about how the president personally offended his son. Okay.
My son, he won the Bronze Star, the Conspicuous Service Medal. Referred to them as losers. Losers. Talk about losers. My point is this. The idea that health care is debated as whether or not it's a right or a privilege. It's an absolute right. And so we have to make sure, particularly in the moment of COVID, that any costs relating to COVID are, in fact, free. The federal...
I mean, she's not talking about COVID, dog. She's talking about outside of COVID. So what about then? What about outside of... Okay, whatever. It's just like she's talking about regular healthcare. It's a grievance that she has about regular healthcare. And she's like, we got to eradicate costs for fucking COVID.
Government guarantees be taken care of. One of the reasons why people aren't going in and getting tested is they're afraid of the bill they're going to receive. They're afraid of what's going to happen. And with your mom, it's a different... Multiple myeloma is a difficult disease to care for. And that's why one of the things I've done... well, anyway, I'm going on too much about cancer. I apologize. But one of the things that I strongly believe is...
Ironically, he did too much about everything but literal fucking cancer treatment, and how the average cancer treatment annually is like $400,000, which was literally her fucking question. And Joe Biden answered a litany of other questions, except for the one question that she actually asked.
We have to be in a position...
Did she leave? What was that?
Well, anyway, I'm going on too much about cancer. I apologize. But one of the things that I strongly believe is we have to be in a position where we provide for all...
Anyway, Donald Trump goes on tangents too. The difference, of course, is when Donald Trump is going on tangents, like, he's kind of entertaining.
The research and all the effort to deal with cancer.
I'm out of control.
And look, we can beat this disease, but we have to invest significant amounts of money, billions of dollars to do it. And it can be done. It can be done.
We're going to...
Don't neolibs hate it when Trump does this? They do. I love it when Trump does this. I wish Biden would do it, but like also be more fun. Look, I have to be honest. I want Joe Biden to just like call Trump fat. I want him to call Trump like a big round rotund baby. I want Joe Biden to say like, I'm going to fucking punch Trump in the face, Jack. You know, like, that's what I want. Like, it's boring when even when he's trying to be coherent. Listen, even when he's trying to be coherent, it's like not going to work, right? It's not.
Sorry.
He's never going to be
I'm
fully
control.
coherent.
I apologize for that.
Let's be real. And even if he was fully coherent, the things that he's advocating for are not going to be all that appealing, I think, unless he like literally starts at the very least start to advocate for the public option nonstop. Yeah, I just want like him to challenge Trump on like a bike ride or something. Like, listen, Jack, let's go on a bike race, Jack. You dang Cheeto. FBI, you heard that Antifa activist? What the fuck? Yo, Haas, do you think Biden has a good 4 years left? Honest question. We all saw what White House did to Obama. No, I don't. I don't think that. But I don't really care. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting against Donald Trump. And also, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm voting for the cabinet, technically. Oh, I'm literally not voting for that cabinet either. But I don't think that Joe Biden is anything but just a figurehead. You know what I mean?
The American people
Why'd you guys say clip?
Happy 4 months.
Wait, what did I say?
Stream, but Hasanabi streams are greater, emotes are greater again.
Sip on that copium, cuck. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, first of all, if you think that despite making less than $250,000 a year, that you're like not cucked when you vote, like every single time you cast a ballot, doesn't matter who the fuck you're voting for. If you don't think you're cucked, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, you're a gigantic moron if you think that either of these parties are actually going to represent your best interests. Like, either of these parties are going to make your life better. You're a cuck. The American position on voting is that you're cucked permanently no matter what, because we have a two-party system, we have an electoral college. These things make it so that we don't really have a representative democracy. It's just, like, it doesn't matter. So why not just abstain from voting and not get cucked? Because one side cucks me to a certain level, and the other side cucks me and everyone else even further. It is like, it's a turd burger, and it's the difference between like a shit sandwich and a shit sandwich that will literally kill you, that has like poison laced on it. Okay? So yeah, I will eat the shit sandwich rather than eat the shit sandwich that also will 100% without a doubt kill me.